Do you like board games? Do you like strategy games? And do you like watching hours upon hours of slow battles? The Generation of Chaos is for you. Generation of Chaos is a game that could have been amazing, but being seemingly released before it was finished just leaves me wanting more than it's offered. This game is fairly unique in a lot of ways. For starters, the overarching concept is sort of a war simulator. Gain gold every turn for every landmark owned, and use said gold to buy units. But you don't just buy the units, also there's a loyalty system and tons of characters and sometimes rumors, also special effect things and weapons and finding stuff and gold mines and... Fuck, this game is confusing! What do all these initialisms mean? I have to buy more units after every battle? What's the rules on using abilities? Why are the battles so slow? Anyway, very steep learning curve. Interesting, of course, but very steep. Get rid of the painfully long battles and speed the game up in general, and you have some really interesting gameplay. It has an interesting concept, but the learning curve is just too steep, and the battles take way too fucking long. I'd give it a 3 out of 5. Generation of Chaos is mostly a beautiful game. Look at those fucking battles. As long as they are, they look amazing. Look how good those 2D sprites of characters are. The look and the animations for the characters is some of the best I've ever seen. And I had dabbled in 2D animation. The map doesn't look too good because they went for a sort of 3D look and it's muddy and it just doesn't look great. But everything else looks just spectacular. 4 out of 5. Apparently, there is music, but I didn't hear any. As you'll see, or rather, not hear in this video. I don't know why, but I looked up the music for the game, and it sounds alright, but it's nothing amazing, of course. The fucking menu sound is drilled into my brain. All the sound effects sound like they were recorded through my ass. Yep, all 5 sound effects. Limited sound effects, and they sound shitty. 2 out of 5. The presentation is so-so. Some things like the view of the battle and controls therein is actually quite good. Other things like the initialisms leave me really confused. Also, I'm going to throw into this category more tooltips. Why am I picking these units? Who are they? What am I doing? What do these stats do? What is going on? Luckily, I previously spent a whole lot of time learning what everything meant and what was going on. 3 out of 5. The story and cinematics are fairly well done. Not super interesting, but solid nonetheless. The character development in the main story mode is a refreshing change of pace. We get to see the war from many different perspectives. The tutorial mission is less so. The characters feel awfully one-dimensional and overly melodramatic. I was actually taken surprised by a certain moment in the early cinematic. Check this shit out. Can you imagine how great this game would be if it got a whole overhaul and release in today's day and age? Think Civilization 5 meets Total War. I'm salivating. The idea Generation of Chaos tries to showcase just falls flat because of a few major problems, and it's so disappointing. The worst part? They don't even fix it in the sequel. They try a different approach. While commendable, I really would have liked them to go back to their original concept and really try to improve upon it. The major draws. Sprites look fantastic. Very interesting concept. And battles look really cool despite getting just a short while. Major drawback. Very steep learning curve. Very confusing. Bad sound effects. And the game as a whole just seems unfinished. And oh, the battles. They just get so old after even a few of them. Overall, Generation of Chaos took a risk and it really didn't do all that bad. But who would want to play more than an hour of it when watching the battles will easily take up half that time? What was supposed to be a grand strategy game just feels gimmicky when it doesn't drastically change the way you play. Why should I care if my people are spreading rumors? Why doesn't making a treaty actually do anything? So many questions with so few answers. But a few major drawbacks sinks the game into a cesspool that is below average games. Some might get a kick out of it, but the rest will quit the game after just 15 minutes of confusion. This was Generation of Chaos with KingsDecree. If you have a game you'd like me to review, leave it in the comments and I'll try and get to it. Thanks for watching.